I know y'all hear that pour up. That means it's time for the purple Kool-Aid. That's what that means. It's time for the purple Kool-Aid. What up, good people? How y'all doing? And it's a very different start to this show as it was earlier. And I'll tell that story once I get everybody up here. But let's get everybody, on the panel and get started and whatnot. And pour up. Happy Monday. Let's bring everybody in and get started. Bring everybody in and get started. The gang's all here. We'll start with my man right here who never goes first. But some people say he's my favorite, so he's going first today. What up, B?
What's going on, Coach? Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
Next up, Next up, there we go.
Salute.
There we go. We bring it in, right?
We had some good news yesterday. I had to bring out the good glassware.
What's good, Jose? How you doing today?
Feeling good, feeling great. As my man OTR Brandon will say.
That's on the song. That sound like Outkast.
Probably.
Feeling good, feeling great. That sounds like some Outkast would throw it like an ad lib or something. What up, Mike?
Definitely Outkast. That's where he got it from. OTR Brandon got it from that. But what's good, man?
Chilling. How was your weekend?
It was good, man. Chill. Today was rough,
On us all.
Decided to change your car battery today. Not for me. Whip me up a little bit. But other than that, good weekend.
Gotcha. Speaking of car battery, I need to change my filter. My air filter.
Sound next up, a grudge on that battery.
What up, Chris?
What's going on, everybody? What up? I'm glad to be here tonight. I hope everybody's having a good night.
Oh, most definitely. It's always a good night on Mondays. Mondays at this time, everybody look forward to it. We got our no, I ain't talking to you, Siri. We got our normal routine, and it is what it is. We got our new Aussie friend in the building that you didn't get a chance to meet yesterday, but you'll see her, commenting throughout the what's called from the Hawk's Nest. I think that's what it is.
Salute.
And where? Oh, there he is. Last but not least,
I feel attacked.
Why?
Why?
They just saved me for last for some reason. I just feel like it's a setup.
Hold on.
What are you doing? I don't want special attention. I just felt like you saved me for last for a reason.
Ask and you shall receive.
I didn't ask to be first. I just asked. I felt like it was a setup. Like he had something because he said he had something special planned. I just felt like he was setting me up.
Oh no. I just want to tell this story real quick before we start. So obviously I know I got the 4:30 call-in show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know most of y'all kind of still be working at that time. So I got it set up to start at 4:32, 4:33, something like that, to give people time to get in once it go live. Mm-hmm. And so I start the show at 4:28, and I had to live 5-minute countdown. I kind of started the show at 4:33. So at 4:27, my battery dies. Mm-hmm. So I got 3 more sitting right here in the charger. I picked the next one up. By now it's 4:28. It's dead. Okay, I figured through that, put the next one in there. It's dead. By now it's 4:31.
How?
So I got a power strip on my desk. And And this is not the cord, but I'm just gonna show you this sample. So the cord was like this, but right beside the strip and not in the strip. So all my batteries were dead. So
man.
if you go back and check the first maybe 15 to 20 minutes of the show, it's just this backdrop that you see. And I eventually, put it in the wall, let them charge, and I come back in. So I was hot. Hot. I tried to use my OBS on my phone, but it wouldn't. I guess I hadn't used it in so long. It didn't pick up the camera my phone when I plugged it in.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I use. I'm about to show you how to use the phone setup. It'd always be making fun of.
I've done it before, but I just hadn't done it in a while, so I definitely need a refresher on that. But we'll talk about that when we finish. But again, appreciate everybody for coming through. Just wanted to share my blunders with everybody. We got a nice little compact show for you today. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. First up. Oh, before we get into all of that particulars, if you want your comment mentioned on the chat or us to talk about a question you have, you hit the pin comment, go over to my Streamlabs. You donate that way, you'll get a little. Let me see this side. Lamar will pop up, or something will pop up over here, a little alert, and I'll go look at it and read it. And if it's a question, we'll talk about it. If not, I just read it and say thank you. But that's the way we're doing it these days. And also, there's a poll down there. Make sure you vote in that poll. That poll basically saying hit the like button. Basically, that's what that is. So first up on the docket, we ain't got a lot, but we always have something to say. The obvious. Odell Beckham Jr. signed with Baltimore 1 year, up to $18 million. I think it's 15 guaranteed. And there have been a lot of people on both sides of the fence about that. I haven't talked to any of you guys about it, like hard. We mentioned it a little bit last night, but let's dive into it with all six of us here. And since Chris was not with us last night, we'll start with Chris. What'd you think about Odell signing with the Ravens?
I liked it. It was a surprising move. If you would have asked me Saturday night, I would have said he was going to be a Jet. With those reports of him going to New Jersey and meeting with them, and them going over the offense and what kind of role he'll have, I thought it was pretty much done. And the Ravens doing what they pretty much never do and swoop in and blow him away with an offer that he was like, forget that meeting. Like, I'm going to Baltimore. And, bravo to them for doing it. I saw, what's the little fat dude, Lombardi. He was saying it's like the worst contract in history or something like that.
History. Wow.
History.
I don't think so.
Incredible.
And it's like scared money don't make money.
Right.
So it's like you had a goal of revamping the wide receiver room. And, say what you want, but Nelson Aguilar, they got him. He's looking like a third, fourth guy. Odell, and then you still got the draft. Mm-hmm. So, they're putting into practice what they said they would do, and for the fact that they ponied up the money on the offensive side of the football, not for a fullback either when it comes to offense. They did it for a pass catcher.
Right.
That's, and then the fact that Lamar was partying with him, and it seems like Lamar's on board with it. A lot of people want to jump the gun. I think it's a good step in the right direction. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, it's definite, Lamar's coming back or whatever, because anything can happen. We're not Lamar. We're not in his head. We don't know what's going on. But it's a step. It looks like a step in the right direction as far as having him on the squad for 2023.
Gotcha. Endo?
I'm on the fence. I mean, I like this. Listen, it's good that they actually, like he said, ponied up the money for the offensive side. I'm ecstatic about that they actually took the time out to invest in the offense. Odell, I mean, it's cool. He's the best wide receiver we got right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he is a revision ACL patient or player. And what that is that's a player that has had ACL surgery on the same ACL more than once. Now, he will be the first player in the NFL to successfully come back and play at a high level if we can get 3/4 of the old Odell.
Old Odell meaning New York Odell or the Rams Odell?
No, New York. If we can get 3/4 of New York, we straight. You know, but my biggest thing is, once again, I'm glad that they paid that money. I'm happy and kind of proud a little bit, because now that the people talking about we cheap on offense, I can look at them and be like, shut up. Look what we just did. We just overspent on the wide receiver. I'm glad about that, but it's just the fact of how they structured it, because you were speaking earlier about, you thought that the cap hit was one thing, the way the contract was structured, but with the void years, if we don't sign him to an extension, that's $11 million in dead money next year. And once again, we're going to another year needing a piece somewhere, talking about we right up against the cap, paying for another player that's not on this roster possibly.
Yeah, that cap stuff be having my damn head hurting. I ain't even lie.
That's why it's cap, because they listen, they can figure things any way that they want to do it. You know, the Saints gave, what's his name, Taysom Hill an extension and ended up saving $30 million. Like, you can finagle your way around the cap if you want.
Jose?
Yeah, this is contingent upon Lamar coming back, but I like it. But like I said last night, if Lamar isn't in on it on this team, this doesn't mean anything, right? Like it means you're 5 years too late in making a move like this. That's why I'm kind of like Hendo. It's like, yeah, that's great. If Lamar comes back, that's great. I'll be more excited then. But
think about this, Jose. What if this is a move to show future free agents that, hey, there's a place for you here, and try to start to erase that bad name as the wide receiver graveyard?
I mean, you have to start there for sure, right? But I just think it's too late, right? Like, you had one of the most electrifying players, the most electrifying player that you've ever had in your franchise history there, and you didn't want to give him any help while he was under a rookie deal. And if he doesn't come back, I mean, that's all anybody's talking about, offense or defensive players, right? Darius Slay asked when the Ravens made an offer, like, what's up with Lamar, right? When Marlon Humphrey's out there trying to recruit people, they're like, what's up with Lamar? That's all, like, that's what they're looking at. Like, well, you ain't take care of him, you ain't gonna take care of us. You know what I'm saying? So he has to, like, they have to bring him back. If they bring him back, and him and Odell go out there and play, I think I told you yesterday, I think 1,300 yards from Odell can happen playing with Lamar. That's just how I feel about it. I know he's coming back from another ACL injury, but he got the rest all last year. I don't think he's washed. Even if he is physically, he's still the best wide receiver, technically sound wide receiver we've had under Lamar. Yep. So it will work out. It'll work out if Lamar comes back. So I like the move, but I just gotta wait to see if Lamar comes back. That's the only thing.
Brian?
Yeah, no, excuse me. I like it. We crushed Baltimore for not spending any money on the wide receivers, not working to improve the offense. So when they go out and do it, you got to give them their praise for it. We all would have preferred DeAndre Hopkins or Mike Evans, but signing Odell is a good, solid move. If Odell's healthy and Rashad Bateman stays healthy, Nelson Aguilar, we kind of all laughed at that, but he is a better wide receiver than they had in Baltimore the last couple of years. So, if all the guys stay healthy, that's a pretty decent wide receiver room with Bateman, Odell, Aguilar, if they bring back DeMarcus Robinson, then obviously you add Mark Andrews in there. So like as I said, if you bring back Lamar, I would expect really big things out of this offense. But I think that's still up in the air. I know that Lamar recruited him, and he was hanging out with him, he was FaceTiming him and all this stuff. But the same way that Odell was on his way to talk to the Jets, if San Francisco or Miami or Indianapolis or whoever gives Lamar what he's looking for, then he's going to be gone. So we're still looking at EDC to not even EDC, but Shadi to step up and give Lamar what he's worth, come to some sort of an agreement there to make sure Lamar is in Baltimore long term.
Yeah, Mike,
it's a solid move, man. These type of moves though, it scares me. Whether it was OBJ or Hopkins or Evans, my fear is that this will be that we're done, right? Now the fans like me again. I don't have to do anything else offensively. I'm back in good graces.
Mm.
And I don't think they shouldn't be done on that side of the ball. I'll just say that. Definitely better. That wide receiver room is definitely better, but it's still missing some things, and I don't think it's a problem to have too much talent in that room. We've seen other teams have that issue, and you make it work. We just the way it's structured now, we can't afford any injury, right?
Mhm.
And we know how the seasons play out, right? It's impossible to expect, nobody to go down, whether it's for a couple games or not. So I just hope this isn't it. I hope they still continue to be busy on that side of the ball, whether it's they still draft a wide receiver or go out there and get somebody else. I see people throwing Jerry Jeudy out there. I still wouldn't mind D Hop. The AZ. I think Arizona's going to have to end up releasing him because the teams they ain't ponying up much. So
Right.
if he can come here on a team friendly deal or whatever they can afford to make it happen, let's continue to work. Like Hendo said, cap is cap. So I am happy, to your point, that they making moves, right? And now they actually they found Pun's rhyme book. So now they see like how these other teams is moving. Oh, you know what? You can do void years and things like that. So
Right.
I was surprised at that, to see that, to be honest with you. So kudos though. It's a step in the right direction, but they can't be done right here.
Marco G donated 3. He says, other than OBJ, Mike Evans also played for Monken. I say we trade for Evans, draft a corner in the first, and extend Lamar. Criticism where criticism is due, and credit where credit is due. If and I'm gonna pose this question to you guys real quick. If we trade for a receiver, whether it be Mike Evans, D Hop, or just anybody, what's gonna be in that trade? And I'm assuming picks gonna be in that trade, which that's probably gonna take or another individual. But
For us,
we'll
at
talk about that
first,
later.
because we don't have a second round.
I don't
Or
know how
pick.
you're gonna trade for Mike Evans and draft somebody in the first round.
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to get to. Like, if
I
we
get with that
trade,
first, no problem.
we don't have a first round to get one of those guys. That 22 probably gonna have to be gone.
Yeah, they can have it. They can have it. Take it.
Because I don't think you'll get a guy like, and both of those guys are older. They're pushing 30. But if you're gonna draft a receiver in the first round that you're probably not gonna pay in 5 years, might as well just give that first up and take one of them guys while you in your Super Bowl window.
Yeah.
My opinion. Go ahead.
And the thing about those two guys specifically too is they got old man game. Like, they're not dudes that their game is predicated off of
Speed,
being twitchy, and having speed. Like, they got old man game, and a lot of people think that D Hop dropped off, and it's like, is he D Hop from when he was on the Texans? No, but is he still a very good wide receiver? Hell yeah! Like, just look at what he did last year, and that was in a shortened season, because he was juiced up like Barry Bonds, and then without the little guy Kyler Murray. So so I mean, that's
cooking today, ain't you, boy?
Yeah.
Hendo, you had something you want to say about it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so somebody was like, they don't think that Mike Evans is worth a first round pick. Is your boy EDC guaranteed to pick a rounder that's going to play or play well? Listen, somebody said today that we only have 5 draft picks. I do. I always win. Somebody said we only got 5 draft picks this year, so we need to do something. But over the last 4 years, we've had 38 draft picks. We can't use everybody.
Right.
We haven't used everybody because most of his picks aren't good. So why not give up a first rounder for a proven player? Even if Mike Evans is on a decline, he is still by far the best receiver that we have. Now, everybody, we're praising the Odell Beckham pick, but what if Odell Beckham balls out this year, right? You think he's coming back next year?
Probably not.
If Lamar comes back and we pay him enough money,
possibly. Or this might just be his...
I'm sorry. Like, so okay, if Lamar comes back that means they've made a historic move, right? They've paid him a bunch of money guaranteed. That means the narrative has to shift now. Doesn't matter how they feel about it. You have to invest in this guy. Like your jobs are tied to him now. So it's no more. Yeah, you know, we'll get to you later. But we work on this defense thing. No, he's the priority. Right. You know, so yeah, especially if they ball out this year, and Bashai says pay the man. Yeah, you're gonna want his weapon along right there too. I would imagine that they sign him as well.
But the thing is, it's also contingent on not just Lamar playing, but Lamar getting a long-term deal.
Yes.
So for Odell, it might just be too many ifs in that factor. And in blitz back, I understand you say it's bad value to give up 22 for that guy, but what has Odafe Owe done for us? What has, and I hate, and don't jump on me, coach, what has Patrick Queen done? No, what has Patrick Queen done? Not saying he's not a good player, but what has he done with his first round value to propel us to get to that Super Bowl?
First off, let me correct you. You told me don't jump on you.
Right.
I'd rather jump on you. You mentioned Owe first, so you better be telling somebody else don't jump on you.
I ain't saying in the chat, so I ain't got to worry about that. So.
Replay works.
Here's the thing about that, Blitz, is that value doesn't win games. Talent does. You can talk about the value all you want, but Mike Evans is a better talent than anybody that you're likely to get at 22, especially if we're talking about Eric DeCosta making the pick.
You referring to this one right here?
Right.
Yes.
And this he doesn't understand what value is anyway. We always talk about value. Like we don't know what value means. We need talented players here. Yeah, we do. Like, I mean, the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the problem also is this fan base and the organization, they put value in the amount of picks that you have, right? Yeah. That's how they function here. So now, you know, they only got 5 picks, so it's like, darn, what are you gonna do? You know, it's like you had 700 last year, and you didn't really do anything. Last year was the time. I've been saying this for the last couple of years in the draft. Like, be aggressive, man. Like, you move up. Last year was the year to do it when you had all those picks. You didn't do it, right?
Yep.
If you can get a talent like you said, Mike Evans or something like that, at 22, just like it's sort of like the same thing as what EDC said about Roquan, right? If it boils down to, and I don't have a second round pick, you looking at it as I got Roquan as my second round pick, so I'll take that. Mike Evans that late in the draft, I mean, that late is not guaranteed. You know,
especially
what I mean?
in a weak wide receiver class.
And listen, the Empire of Judah, I give you 100% credit. Last year was the best year that EDC has drafted, but that's not saying much. That's like saying I'm the smartest person in the DEC class. I may be the smartest person, but it's still not a class that's really hard to pass. His drafts have been very mediocre. And last year we had, Kyle Hamilton worked out. Of course, my man in Linderbaum worked out. Yeah. He worked out. But what else special did we get for our value? We got an Ojabo that y'all want to swear is the next coming of Lawrence Taylor. Like, we don't know yet. He could be, he could not be. We don't know. Travis Jones, he's a decent player, but we could have gone elsewhere. So you saying that's his best draft, that's not really saying much because he hasn't done anything prior. Our 2019 draft is gone. Every last player from 2019 that we drafted is no longer on his team. So you're not saying much.
Listen, I don't want to hear about last year's class being the best class because if players play poorly, what do we say? Well, you got to wait at least 3 years to judge a draft class, right? I remember when J.K. Dobbins was a rookie. And everybody got all angry because PFF didn't have him ranked in the top 10 running backs. Last year, all I read was we got to get rid of J.K. Dobbins.
So he turned to a beast after he came back from his injury.
Yeah. His, like I said, I mentioned it earlier. His vision with now his lower body, being healthy, that boy about to be dangerous.
Yeah, for all 13 of them.
I did see a comment in here where
and I can't
remember who said it, saying, "Oh, it was a solid player, but we gotta wait. The verdict's still out on him." That's the problem with that pick. He was a first round pick. This is going into his 3rd year. We should not be saying that. We should know exactly what we have in him.
Let's take a look at that. All right, Queen,
Mhm.
Kind of developed it slow.
Kinda.
Kind of developed slow. Oway, we like.
He regressed a little bit last year.
I think he regressed.
Yeah.
Linderbaum knocked out the park,
Yes.
Yes.
and 14 started off slow, ended up decent. Was it for 14 pick worthy? Maybe not. It depends on who you ask. Ask me, yes. Ask Endo, no. But still, out of those four guys, who's the one that we obviously ain't getting out of?
Right. But so coach, so my thing is, and it's not even the players, it's the fact that coming off 2019, we honestly thought, and I can say this for 99% of the Ravens fans, we honestly thought the Ravens were setting up to be Super Bowl contenders for years to come. And then we go out and make these picks that have nothing to do with us getting better. And we were sitting there watching Lamar's progression into the upper tier of the NFL, and we're picking projects. That's the problem. It wasn't the fact that, we got Queen, we got Owe, we got Hamilton. We're picking projects with the hopes that they could be something. So to say we got to wait 3 years or wait 2 years for them to get better, that's the issue. Because in those 2-3 years, now we have to sign Lamar as a quarterback. And we've done nothing to progress and get better each year to get further and further to a Super Bowl. Because isn't that the goal?
Right. Now those fourth round picks, those third, fourth,
Six.
fifth, those are the guys you wait on. Those are the guys that say, hey, give them 2 or 3 years. First, you probably need to be a starter. Second, you probably need to play some. Third, you start getting into roles. And anything after that, okay, yeah, we give you 2 or 3 years to get yourself together. Unless you find it just straight up steal.
Yeah. And that was the expectation for Owe. Like, that's why we ushered out Matt Judon, right? And early on, well, he ran a 4.3. He could be better than Judon. Remember that?
COVID 4.3s, though. He was part of them COVID 4.3s.
Yeah. So there was an expectation for him to be that guy to step up. And that first year, I thought looked promising. He definitely wasn't Judon, but he looked promising. Last year, he regressed. This year we got to see what he does, but it's not looking like a good pick so far. Not for a first round.
Appreciate it. Hold on, let me get through these super chats real quick. Anon dropped 5. He says, even if we move up and drafted someone like Pickens, we would have had the coaching and offensive scheme to take advantage of that.
We didn't have to move up.
We wouldn't have not had that. I think that's what he meant, because we still had Roman.
I hate that. I hate that narrative too, man. Like, talent mitigates bad coaching. You have to get talent. Just because the coach isn't good at that moment doesn't mean you don't get players. You have to get the talent.
All right. And we didn't get a message, but from Chocolate Lady Cap, we appreciate the 20. Appreciate it. Double back with a message, and we'll read it. Or if you got a question, drop it in there, and we'll do our best to answer it. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So we good on the OBJ issue so far? I'm sure somebody else will throw it back in there, so we may end up talking about it again. But let's move on to our next topic. Next topic of discussion. Can y'all see that?
Yep.
Oh, let me hide this. Carson Palmer came out and said that he thinks Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the league. The best quarterback in the league. All teams with quarterbacks, he thinks Joe Burrow is the best in the league. I'll start with you, Mike. Oh, no, Mike Beers. Start with you, Brittany.
I don't care what Carson Palmer says. No, man, like he's not the best quarterback in the league. He's very good, but there's you got Pat Mahomes, you got Lamar Jackson at the very least ahead of him. So no, I don't care what former Bengal Carson Palmer says about current Bengal Joe Burrow.
And you know what? It didn't even dawn on me till right before you said it that he played for them. Like right when you was saying you didn't care what he thought about, I'm thinking, I forgot that son gonna play for Cincinnati. Mike, what you think about that?
Look, he got to say they made me rich, so I'm gonna talk. I am. Yeah, I got to ride with that, I guess. But I don't know, man. I've seen some people online speaking about how they felt they had a racial undertone to what he was saying. And I'm sure he was throwing a little shot somewhere in there. It could be homerism, like Brodney said. He played for the team and that team beat him last. So he just throwing a shot there. But look, the problem, these young guys, when they go to cities like that, right? They put the pressure on them. You know what I mean? Like just let him play, let him live, let him progress the way that he's doing. He's a very, very good quarterback, right? But to say, you know what I mean, like putting that undue pressure on him, it's a little, but he's damn good. But this, you just putting a target on his back, I feel like, where he's there, he's balling, he's had two deep playoff runs, he's headed in the right direction. Just let that man ball, but you putting a target on that man back.
Sure is. Jose?
Yeah, no, I think I don't take much into that, much stock into that. If if he's just riding with the Bengals, and he's just like, hey, I think he's the best quarterback in the league. That's fine. He's one of the top quarterbacks, right? It's not that big of a stretch. It's the same thing if Ray Lewis says Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in the league. Yeah, of course he's gonna say that. That's his team. That's his guy. So I mean, I don't see much into that. But I mean, we all know Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the universe, right? But that's fine. I didn't think that's a shot at anybody in particular. So I mean, that's just him just riding for the Bengals.
Yeah, like I said, he's a former Bengal. What are you supposed to say about your former team? But also, if you look at it, Kansas City was his division rival because he played for the Raiders. And you don't know what kind of bad blood he has going on with that. But more importantly, it's kind of like the situation of Jordan Palmer. He was an NFL quarterback, and now he's a quarterback coach. But he couldn't stick with a team. So, I don't take the Palmers too serious. So
you laughing at Hendo or you laughing at me?
Huh?
Jose, you laughing at Hendo?
I was laughing at Hendo.
Oh, okay.
What'd you put?
Steven asked if we got to call in for this show. I said no.
Oh, no. 4:30. 4:30. You guys.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yes.
Soon to be Thursday, Friday.
Lie.
Even got some smoke for us. I can see it already.
Right. Them emojis on fire.
Chris.
I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but some opinions are very wrong, and that's one of them. Because there's no way that Joe Burrow's on the same level as Pat Mahomes. That dude right now is on a trajectory to be the great, one of the greats. I mean, just right now with how much success he's had in such a short amount of time, that dude is he's unreal. So I understand going with your boy from Cincinnati and all of that, but you're wrong.
Right. DDSQ donated $5. He says, I'm sick of this narrative that props up Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. Burrow is good, on the verge of being great. They want these guys to be the standard, trying to hold on to in the past. Mahomes is the new standard, period. And he is. Mahomes is a mix of the old school and the new school. He's the perfect blend of both to me. He can run enough to make plays happen, and he has a freaking cannon on his shoulders. And he got it up here too. But part of having it up here is the guy that's coaching him. Because he would tell you he didn't really learn how to read defenses till his second year in the NFL.
Dang.
Yeah.
He said that out of his own mouth. And that's probably from being in that room with Bieniemy and Reed and them pounding, okay, if you see this, do that. If see this, do that. If they do, just going over situations. And that's how you learn football, going over situations. So let's do this real quick. Top 4 quarterbacks. Top 4 quarterbacks. And y'all put y'all in the comment section if you're watching on the replay. I mean, put it in the chat box. If you're watching the replay, put it in the comment section. Top 4 quarterbacks in the league. I try to go first, give y'all time to think. 1, Pat. 2, Burrow. No. Burrow's in my top 4.
Okay.
He's in my top 4 too.
Of course, definitely.
Let's go. Pat, Forget it. Burrow, Lamar, A-Rod. That's my 4. When I said no, I was thinking about where I was going to put A-Rod.
Okay.
Anybody want to jump in and go second?
I would say Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, and now are we talking about for next year or
In general?
just up until?
I was thinking in general because if I would have said for next year, I would have put Hurts in front of A-Rod. I'm just thinking just do you. Don't just do you.
Because I'm going back and forth right now between Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts.
Facts.
And Allen just, he looks too much like what I thought he was, just with good coaching, good talent around him. So I'm going to go Jalen Hurts, even though he's got that same kind of scenario, but he doesn't make he doesn't make the ridiculous plays that Josh Allen seems to make on a fairly regular basis.
And
so
I would say he got more than Josh Allen.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying that Josh Allen, he gets into situations sometimes and he's just like, I'm gonna go Jamarcus right now, or I'm gonna go James Winston right now. I'm gonna go.
Mike, what's going on behind your head, Mike?
It's a ghost.
Right.
It's Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, Hurts with Allen, a very close 5.
Gotcha. Anybody else?
Yeah, I almost the same as B's. Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, Hurts. But yeah, I had to think for a second because Josh Allen was balling for a minute, but he kind of slid a little bit last year.
Rodney said, he's a turnover machine. That's what keeps him out of my top 4.
He plays
turning the ball over and thinking that because he is this big, strong guy, that he can just run over people. Like he and he turns the ball over. That's why a lot of his fumbles come in. And then his arm's so strong, he think he can fit every ball in every window. Turnovers.
Yep. I'm gonna go Pat Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, and I'm gonna go Allen, only because he's been doing it longer.
Yeah.
Now I give Jalen Hurts his props, but even with all the mishaps, listen, if it wasn't for that Kansas City that Buffalo defense in 13 seconds, we might have seen Josh Allen in the Super Bowl because
he was cooking that night. He was cooking that night, Chris.
Yes, Jamar Chase was cooking that night. Jamar Chase went into beast mode.
I'm gonna go the same as Jose, but Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, and Hurts. That's my top 4. Allen, I think we would probably see a different trajectory with Allen if he still had Brian Daboll. And we just spoke about how important coaching is. And he lost Daboll, and he kind of went back to that college style hero ball where he puts everything on his shoulders, and he ends up just trying to do too much and making the mistakes. So he would be on there, but I mean the step that Jalen Hurts took, it's ridiculous. And it's not just his legs. Like I know people did want to discredit him and stuff like that, but he's an accurate quarterback, and that dude, he's one of the since the Alabama days, since the Oklahoma days, he's always been accurate.
Yep.
And that's one of the things I love the most about his game, and he took it to the next level. So he's definitely up there for me too.
Gotcha. Next up. Appreciate that. That was a good little spinoff. Unexpected. We got 3 topics left. You know what's funny? When Chris said what he said, I think me, Jose, and Hendo all did that.
Now, Coach, before you go, Clot had a question. I saw you, Clot. He had a question about when do our podcasts go out. So like we have different days and times or whatnot. We'll get to that. But if you're an audio listener, if you want to listen to audio podcasts, we all have audio podcasts. If you want to go to lbhtshow.com, they're all listed there on the front page. You can click on any one of them, all right, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll put all our information out there later on.
Hey, Hendo, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Answer this for me. So I think everybody knows the answer. Answer this for you. So Keith is probably new. What's answer that for me?
It's purple Kool-Aid.
That is purple Kool-Aid.
Purple Kool-Aid.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, it's
Focus. Purple
right.
Kool-Aid.
Purple Kool-Aid. That's it.
Now, purple Kool-Aid can be one of many things.
Fact.
So we got the answer is purple Kool-Aid. That's our story, and we sticking to it.
Now, if you want to find out what purple Kool-Aid is later this summer, you'll get an opportunity.
Right. You can ask that in person. We're gonna talk about that on the back end. Talk about that on the back end. But since we're talking about that, B and Brian, Jose and Brian,
your favorite, huh? You call your favorite twice, right?
Hey, let the people know where they can find you at, man.
Every Wednesday night, 7:15 p.m. Eastern time on Lunch Break Hot Take channel for the LBHT show. And we do a overtime show right after that, which you can find on patreon.com/LBHT show. And you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at LBHT show. And B will tell you about Ring Kings podcast. He has that in this.
I am 1/3 of Ring Kings podcast with my brother Jose and OTR Mike right below me there. We put out episodes try to put out episodes every Monday at 12. And then we live stream after big events, usually on the Saturday nights. The next one's going to be Javante Davis versus Ryan Garcia on the 22nd. So definitely tune in for that. And like Jose said, the audio podcast you can find on lbhtshow.com, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all that.
I should also mention that we also cover UFC. There's a big fight this weekend. Israel Adesanya gets his belt back versus Alex Pereira. We did a live stream after that fight. You can go ahead and check that out over there as well.
All right. So now we're gonna talk about the little round orange ball that I happen to shoot very well, but I can't do the other parts of the game anymore. So running around playing defense, running on fast breaks, all that stuff is over with. If it's not a shooting game, it ain't for me anymore.
You just spot up at the three. You spot up behind the line.
I'm gonna spot up in one, offensively or defensely.
Offensively,
you pick one. Which one? So when they get the ball and run down the court, it's 5-on-4. But the NBA playoffs, and I'm not really gonna go through all of it because I'm a huge basketball fan, but I really just want to ask the whole panel and the people in the chat box, who's coming out of the East and who's coming out of the West.
Milwaukee versus the Lakers.
Milwaukee versus Golden State.
Chris.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark because I don't watch basketball, but I'm gonna say the Celtics and
the Warriors
and the Lakers. And the Lakers.
I'm gonna say the Celtics.
Rematch of last year.
Oh,
or the marquee matchup in NBA history.
You know what I'm gonna say?
What's that?
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say the Celtics and the Suns.
God damn.
Oh, okay.
That's possible.
Sun's out in round one.
Yeah, that's facts. They're gonna choke. But that is a good.
You don't think Dan Marley could take him?
Thunder Dan.
Thunder Dan, right? Jose.
Yeah, I got Milwaukee out the East. And I got the Mavs. No, I'm just kidding. I got shout out to Kyrie.
I got to shout out Ashanti. This is the first time they've ever been right in the chat.
What did he say?
He said Lakers versus Bucks or Celtics. That's what I'm talking about, Ashanti.
Who your West team, Jose?
West team. I think I'm gonna go Lakers. I just listen. Maybe because I'm a Brooklyn fan, and I'm maybe I'm a little jaded that Kevin Durant left, but
they've corrupted you.
No, listen. It's not even about him leaving. It's how the guy exited last year. Him and Kyrie in the first round, right? He don't have the heart for it, right? I just don't see them. I don't see them following through with the championship. I think LeBron's well rested. Just need AD to man up just a little bit, and they could be there.
But noodle legs, you really think he gonna play all playoffs?
Yeah. I mean, he can. Yeah.
Mike,
I just said I felt good about it.
I think the Celtics gonna come out the East. The West, man, this is the problem with the West. You have the two most dangerous teams are low seeds,
Mm-hmm.
and that's scary, right? Golden State,
6.
scary. You know what I mean? Like,
Wiggins is
you
back.
know, playing. You know, I don't know if I can see
Goddamn Andrew
anybody.
Wiggins.
I don't know if I can see anybody beating them in a 7-game series. You know, it's gonna be damn tough. But then the Lakers, like, they got two great players. So, and they gonna be coming into somebody's town. Like, you know, you got a high seed. You expecting to play one of the lower, you know, halfway bums, somebody that snuck in the playoffs. So that's gonna be a problem. I gotta put the defending chance back in there. I'm gonna go with the Celtics and the Warriors.
Me personally, I'm going Bucks, Suns. Now, is that who I want to? Is that who I want to see? No, but if I had to like bet, I'm bet on them. Personally, for me, I would love to see the Heat and Golden State, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Golden State got a way better chance than the Heat. But I'm a Heat fan, so and Golden State's like more sip to talent. We for the streets.
For the streets. and the Suns are the Cleveland Browns. Can't get out their own way.
Hey, but they the Cleveland Browns with Jim Brown. KD is Jim Brown.
If he can stay healthy.
You're right.
And Chris Paul. We all know Chris Paul is gonna get hurt one of these games.
You got Klay Thompson on your roster, right?
I'm talking to Coach Bradley.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I was wondering.
I think that's time for me to segue to the next one. I think that's what you mean, Hendo. This dude.
All right. Who clapping?
Me. All right, so I put Pat Queen up there because I really want to get an idea of what does everybody think is his future, his immediate future with the team. And I'll start with you, Jose.
Immediate future, I think he's going to be here. I think he's going to play. I think he's going to play really well this year next to Roquan, really well. But I think trade deadline, I think they're going to shop him. I think he might go. I'm not sure who else they're going to have come up behind them, but they got their middle linebacker. They're not going to pay. They're not going to pay Patrick Queen. And I know they should be putting together a team to make runs, but this organization, they love picks. And if somebody will offer a second round, he's out of here. So he'll be here until the trade deadline. That's my prediction.
Chris?
I think they'll keep him for this season, unless some crazy trade like let's just say like we were talking about the D-Hop situation or Mike Evans situation. If they put him into one of those deals like as a package, I think that's a way that he'll get traded. But just solely for a pick, I think he'll be more valuable for them for the 2023 season than a third round whatever pick. Because I'm not sure somebody's gonna pony up a first or a second round. Anything is possible because somebody gave up a second round pick for Hayden Hurst. But if you get a second round pick, then hey, peace out, PQ. Sorry, coach. But
the thing is with him, I think to get one of those guys, it may have to be PQ and a later pick. I think PQ and a later pick can get you a Mike Evans or a D-Hop, and you still got your first round.
Right.
But Hendo.
I know I've been tough on Queen the past few years, but I think this year is going to be he's going to break out even more. I think he's going to take that next step, and with the tutelage that he's going to get this season, playing with CJ Mosley, sky's the limit. CJ is going to teach him everything because he's getting traded to the Jets.
The Ravens junior squad.
The Ravens light.
Right.
Yeah, like I said before, I think that I agree with Chris. he's more valuable to Baltimore. If you're trying to make a Super Bowl run, he's more valuable on the roster than you're not getting a second round pick. You're, a third or fourth, whatever you actually get for Patrick Queen. So I think he stays, and I think they might try and trade him next offseason, but I don't really see the market developing for Patrick Queen in terms of the trade market. Like I said, anything can happen. I mean, yeah, like you said, Hayden Hurst went for a second, but at least Hayden Hurst plays offense at least. I mean, so I don't know. I think he stays a Raven for 2023.
Am I?
I'm with you, Coach. PQ, my guy, right? I would love to see him here another year. I agree with Chris and Brodney. I think he's way more valuable on his team. This year, I think they'll make a mistake. They won't pick up the 5th-year option. He gonna ball out like crazy, and then he gonna price himself out of here. And good for him. He'll get his money somewhere else. But I think if they don't pick up that option, you're gonna see an angry PQ this year, and I think he gonna ball out. So, but I'd much rather him be here than trade him.
Gotcha. Jose, I started with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. And my thing with PQ is I would love to see him just finish it out. Finish them 4 years out. Let somebody sign him to a big deal. Hopefully he'll price himself out and we can get is third the highest comp you can get?
Depending upon the contract.
Yeah, so I hope he go ball out and like get next to Roquan type money for somebody else, and we get whatever the highest comp pick we can because of it. But I really want to see him play a whole season with Roquan and see what they can do defensively. Because I've made the joke about them being the groceries last year and how well they played at times, but a whole year with them guys bouncing off each other and a whole healthy year for the key parts. I think that defense is gonna be something to look at in this new age football. I don't think we'll see a defense like we used to have back in the day, but in this new age football, I think they'll be as good as it can get. Mine is not having a pass rush, and I say not having a pass rusher because the people we have rushing the passer are unproven. Not saying they can't, they won't, but they're just unproven. Ojabo's unproven, always unproven.
Yeah.
Bowser,
I think always pretty proven. Ojabo is the only unproven one, really.
Yeah, that's true.
I like Bowser.
Bowser balling, and it's gonna be the second year back after injury, so he's gonna be even better.
Yeah, appreciate you for subscribing, Scott. Thank you.
Hey, coach, you want to hear a crazy story?
Go ahead.
So last season, when Roquan got traded to the Ravens, there was this dude, and he put this picture up of Pat Willis and Navarro Bowman.
That was me.
I know. And I was like, where?
The funny thing is, I put it up and caught major heat. Like major heat for like 2 days in Twitter. Raven C put it up. Don't nobody say nothing to him. Some people even agree with him.
Because he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
What kind of
Raven
balance is
C always smiling.
Right. Exactly. Raven C ain't for the street.
Gotcha. But was that your point, or that you got more to it?
Nah, that was just it.
I did. That was me. I put the picture up of Bowman and
Willis.
They could be the new age because the stuff Bowman and Willis did is illegal now.
Even still, they were talent.
Tackling is illegal?
No, the way they tackle, they was knocking heads off.
I don't know, man. I think Patrick Willis is pretty clean. I think him and Ray Lewis, those hits look violent, but they're pretty standard hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They didn't do a lot of helmet to helmet hits.
Gotcha.
I mean, they could, but a lot of the big hits were pretty clean.
Patrick Willis didn't have to. That dude was a monster.
Oh my god!
And both of them could run. Both of them were smart.
Both of them could cover.
What's number 54's name for San Francisco now?
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner.
Both of them were Fred Warner.
Yes,
Yep.
They basically had two Fred Warners back there.
Mm-hmm.
But Hendo, since you threw me out there, let people know where they can find you. I'm gonna throw you back up there.
You can find me on YouTube at the Rogue Pod, streaming Saturday nights, doing Hanging with Hendo. I'm going to get back into streaming Sunday evenings, doing Ravens content on Monday nights. You can catch me here, of course. Tuesday, you can catch me with co-host Bradley and Suge on A Steel Conspiracy on Suge Knight's channel. You can catch me Fridays at 6 p.m. with my man, Mr. Galloway, talking all things hip-hop, particularly old school on Electric Relaxation with Mr. Galloway. Audio form, wherever you get your audio podcast from, you can find me there. Make sure you give me and my compadres here 5 stars.
That is.
And I don't know if y'all can see that number above Lamar's head on behind him though. He is 4 away from 1,600 subscribers. Now I know it's 4 people in here that can make that happen, and you can see it. You can see it live. Once he hits 1,600, that number will change, and you'll see it live. So go over to the Rogue Pod.
Memorable moment.
Let me do this. Let's do this. Let me pull it up and put the link over there so they won't have a option.
Now I know there's 200, there's over 200 people in here. I know you're all subscribed already, right? And you already hit the like button. I know that you're subscribed here. You subscribed over to Hendo's channel, so you might not get 4 in here to subscribe. Go tell a loved one real quick. Say, loved one, do you love me? You do? Well, if you love me, you'll go subscribe to the Road Pod real quick. Okay, it would mean a whole lot to me. All right,
indeed.
Go over there, just hit subscribe real quick. Don't even think about it, and then just thank us later because you're gonna enjoy the content.
Appreciate y'all.
There it is.
Taquan. Right
there you go.
There it is. So I just put the link in there. Go ahead and hit that link.
There you go.
I might put you on the screen by yourself.
Don't put me on the screen by myself.
Do it, Coach.
I don't like that.
Do it until 1,500.
No.
You see that number? You see that number changed already?
My eyes can't see that good. So
thanks.
3 more.
Listen.
That's a 7. Oh, okay.
Look, I'm listening to Mike because I'm looking at myself like, what?
Oh,
one more 99.
Hey, one more.
There you go.
You need one more to flip the switch.
Appreciate y'all.
One more to flip the switch and then keep it pushing.
Suge said he tried to tell Lily to sub, but she said you're not her favorite.
Oh, there we go.
1,600.
There we go.
Appreciate y'all.
There it is.
There we go.
Congratulations.
That's what's up.
That mission is complete.
Indeed.
New mission, family. New mission. And this is gonna be selfish. 8K before the draft.
I'm
I'm less than 100 away from 8K. 8K before the draft.
We have to make that happen.
We need
to make that happen.
Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
We gotta put that push out there.
Tell you.
Let's do this. And I'm gonna throw this out there now. Behind scenes, y'all can beat me up after I say this. But
you about to give away our merch.
we get close to 8K.
Right.
We give y'all wish of a call-in show for this panel.
That is.
There you go.
One night only.
One time.
That's it. One night only.
One time.
Ashanti, they open up some new accounts right now. Let's get this.
So that there it is. We get me to 8K, and the next Monday after it happens, we'll have call-ins.
All right,
there you go.
We'll have call-ins.
Because I know y'all want to yell at us. I know that. I know they sitting at home like.
We'll know what we're talking about.
Open form. The thing is though, when we do call-ins, that's the thing. I let them get it off their chest.
Yeah.
I let them get it off their chest, whatever it is, unless it's disrespectful. And for the most part, I've been doing 3 years off and on. I only had one disrespectful person out of probably 300, 400, 500 calls. So, and it's always one of the bunch. But for the most part, everybody respectful. They say what they got to say and give you a chance to rebuttal, and then we keep it pushing because you don't have to always agree. You agree to disagree.
Right.
So,
look, you get disrespectful. Look. You dealing with some hitters up here.
With the right ones.
We can get back. And, I'm just saying.
Right.
We keep it peaceful.
Don't let the laughter fool you.
Yeah. Right. We all put our pants on the same way. Cut from similar cloth. That's why we up here. But like I said, we physically haven't met yet, but we all cut from similar cloth. So you kind of feel that. All right. Last topic. It's gonna be a good one for me. It's a good one for me. What do we do? Oh, I hit the wrong button. What do we do with this fella here?
He getting cooked.
Let Proche cook. I agree with you, Coach.
That's from this video I did at May 10th. 2022. Let Proche cook. What are we gonna do with James Proche?
You know what I think. You know what I think. Honestly, if he's going to make the team, right? Like he hasn't been cut, man. You gotta give him at least one preseason game. Like, just get all the targets he can get. You know what I'm saying? Like really showcase him out there and see what he can do in preseason. Because yeah, he's not. He has a very slim chance of making a team this year. But if he's gonna be there through camp, let him go out there and show what he can really do for 4 quarters. Have him out there for 4 quarters, and see if it's good enough to just make the team or good enough to get on with another team.
Oh man, like what? We're gonna do that for Shamar Bridges and Mekhi Polk and Tyler Wallace and all them.
Polk
too?
already gone.
Like, listen,
Polk with the Giants.
Yeah, well, yes, no, the answer is yes.
Saying. But there's only 3 preseason games, and he's been there for 3 years. He hasn't earned anything. We know what James Proche can do. It's not much.
That's right, he did.
It's not much. All right, it's time to go. You got Odell.
He's been a good soldier, man.
No, he hasn't. Odell, Bateman,
wow,
Aguilar.
You think he's a bad soldier?
Yes. What has he done?
He leads the wide receiver.
I didn't say good player, a good soldier. He's been a good teammate. You know, he hasn't complained. You know, he tries to be a leader out there.
In Baltimore,
you see the heels that he's running.
A good teammate because you got Greg Roman and John Harbaugh running the show. I didn't see him out there backing up Rashad Bateman. Yeah. I didn't see him out there backing up Marquise Brown.
He tried to throw the ball to Rashad Bateman.
Huh?
Then he tried to throw the ball to Rashad Bateman.
He failed at that too. So yeah, you got Odell, you got Aguilar, you got Duvernay, you got Tylen Wallace. Maybe you bring back to Marcus Robinson. Maybe you draft a guy. He doesn't have a place on this team. He can't do anything.
He does. So, Coach, first of all, I'm gonna say this: hey, Nitro, screw you, guy.
Wow.
You hear me? He talking about some vegans are ruining the earth. Screw you, pal.
I thought he said running the earth. He said ruining.
Did he? I thought he said ruining. I thought it was ruining. I ain't got my glasses on.
I do say ruining.
Yeah, exactly. Screw you, buddy. So I'm gonna say this about your man, Coach. I have been a James Proche fan since he came out of SMU, and I want him to succeed. But to agree with Brodney, he just doesn't have the talent. Now, granted, there have been times in games where he's done a little something because teams don't cover him. For whatever reason, they leave him wide open. But if teams are going to leave him wide open, let's give him that opportunity. Don't let this dude go out there and get 60 yards and then you don't play him for 3 games. If you gave Miles Boykins a chance to go out there and do nothing, this is 4th year. This is it. Because
Miles Boykin was far more productive, and they got rid of him already.
Because they threw him the ball sometimes. I've watched Lamar
because he got open.
Listen, I watched Lamar stand there and look at James Proche and Miles Boykins, and it was like, I'm not throwing it to you. You're wide open. You're wide open. I'm still not throwing it to you. But I just say, listen, this is last year. They're not giving him a contract extension. Let's just see what he got. So once he, if
wait, are you talking about regular season?
Yes.
Oh no, I was talking about preseason.
No, I'm saying, if he fails, we don't have to have this talk with Coach ever again.
Real quick question, Hendo. Before I apologize, but real quick question.
Yeah.
What's more valuable, James Proche or the open roster spot? Yeah, exactly.
First of all, James Proche is the co-leader of the wide receiver.
What's more valuable, Proche or nothing?
Hey, screw you for making me have to choose.
I can stretch out my legs. I don't know.
Don't ignore Marco's comment. I don't put a lot of comments up here for
Marco. All right,
damn. No,
thank you.
No, okay, listen. No, Marco. I apologize because that's not a shot at me. Because if Will Levis is the quarterback in Carolina, you are not talking to a Panthers fan.
I guarantee you.
Hey, that's a good one, Marco.
If Proche goes to Carolina, he gonna be cold.
We already had a James Proche. His name was Brenton Burson.
James Proche is gonna go to Carolina and triple his touchdown.
Except Burson was better, but I mean that's not
from 0 to 3.
Not productive.
No. 3 times 0 is still 0.
You said triple his production. He ain't got no touchdown, do it.
Exactly. 3 times 0 is 0.
Oh no, okay. Math wasn't math for just then. Who I missed? I forgot. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it unless they got like a photography position open. I don't see him on the Ravens.
Marco, I'm taking up for you. How am I choosing violence? Carolina can have Tylen Wallace, they can have James Proche, and they can have Devin Duvernay. 3 for 1.
Once again, Carolina got better wide receivers than y'all.
Y'all crazy.
So what?
What you mean, so what? That's what we talking about.
Not
What you mean,
anymore.
so what? Your quarterback asked for a trade a month ago. What you mean, so what?
Not anymore.
You just a hurtful individual. That's all you are.
So
Mike,
what if throwing
Mike.
to James Proche made our generational quarterback never want to see us again?
That's on you, Mike.
So I was talking to Hendo and them yesterday about James Proche and how the news went yesterday and the call he probably got this morning from the organization saying what number you wearing this year. And he said,
At least they called him.
I thought I had a number. No, I'm gonna ask you again.
What
number you wearing this year?
But it's channel 3. Like that was a poor decision on your part.
Now you can choose, or we'll pick for you. But what number you wearing this year? So, it's time to transition to his
Coaching.
player off the field personnel role of they got a person that sets up the school visits for the players and stuff like that. He'll be perfect.
The recruiting coordinator.
Yeah, he's great at he's like a great person. Like the city, like they like him, they love him here. But it ain't cutting. And I hope he land on his feet somewhere. I really do. But this ain't it.
He will land on his feet. I can see him with Casey LeVert doing the little Ravens interviews. He already got a commercial in Baltimore.
You think he gonna take Kadri's spot?
No,
in the pantheon of Raven bootlickers.
First of all, this is what we not gonna do. I like James Proche. He's not out here cooning just yet.
Yet. Neither was Mike Vick for a while, but
Oh, brother.
He got.
I can see him being here though. I can see him being
call
here.
him Mike.
Like Anthony Levine. That role. You know what I mean? Like team cap. He can be the new cap or whatever they used to call Levine. And then transition into coaching or whatever he did, and still have a successful career. But I think
coaching he's like 24. He's not thinking about coaching. He's like,
why not? How old is our defensive coordinator?
He's like 28, 29.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
He ain't thinking about coaching until he gets cut.
So my question. This is my question.
He got at least get cut by one or two more teams before he's thinking about that.
How he gonna get cut by another team when no other team signs him?
He'll get signed.
I mean, for the preseason now. I mean, for a camp body. But my question is this: can you be an assistant coach in the NFL and play in the XFL at the same time?
Hey,
can you do both? Can you do both leagues?
Mike McDonald is 10 years younger than me.
Really? How old is he?
35.
35.
Huh?
35.
Damn, he young.
So it's time to start now. I mean, why not start?
He looks
now?
17.
Don't he?
Yep.
So salute to the brother, man. I hope whatever happens, man. I hope
he's successful.
He make it happen.
Hey, my Google might have been fast as bright as just then.
Okay.
So I'm in the fiber over here.
Let's go.
Chris. Hold on. Before we get there.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear it.
Oh,
Turn off a chain.
Yeah.
Turn off a chain.
Yeah. So thing is, this is the prize for my fantasy football league this year. And if you want a chance to take a shot at the champion, you have to be a Patreon. And to do so, you go to patreon.com/SipTheTally. Sign up for any one of those levels. You'll get a link to the Discord. And go in there. We can talk SHIT. We talk about ball. We talk about life. We crack jokes. Anything. All with the mic is always on in the Discord. And it'll also get you the link to join the Fantasy Football League and get you a shot at the chain that's probably gonna stay here anyway because the king likes fury. Now there are a couple guys in front of me that's finna spit propaganda. Don't listen to all that. Don't listen to all that. Don't listen to those false rumors and lies, and they're finna tell you what they gonna do and what they did and whatnot. Like look, you saw LeBron crying himself last night. That's me. That's me. Cuban like link, ain't that right, Jose?
Cuban like link. Yes. Don't get it wet.
Right. But I
Or
think that's all.
exposed to direct sunlight.
I got one question,
Go
Coach.
ahead. Go ahead.
Who on this panel is a champion?
Mikey.
Mike. I've seen pictures with Mike with the fork with the original one, I
Right.
guess.
Right.
And I seen somebody got a plaque or something that, like they were a participation trophy, but it just looks
That's exactly what it was.
Really? Because you designed that plaque, Rodney.
No, I did not.
And then I know that somebody that's wearing a ring that they bought for themselves, and a belt with their own face on that they bought for themselves.
Self love is important, Coach.
A traveling belt because that's half mine.
That they won. So you know, Coach, you said they can join your league and come at the champion. You're not a champion though. So you wasn't talking about yourself. We're just clarifying the situation.
My league,
you keep putting my chain on.
To be the champ, you gotta be the champ, and I got the chain.
What you know about winning rings, Chuck?
Hey, Malik B made a good point. What happened to Eddie Isabella?
I don't.
Did we ever? We never seen that man.
Yeah, he's not a real person.
He played one game and he made an error on special teams. He was in the wrong place, and after that, Harbaugh was like, "Nah, I can't rock with this dude."
And he'll still be here.
That's right, Brandon. Triple crown winner.
Who?
Right here.
Well, you have half
what
a
ring.
So, I mean, it's like 2.5 crowns.
You're reaching for all of us. Stop playing.
The belt right here, Coach. It's always close to.
So obviously, Coach, I don't know if y'all know, but we was on last night. Afterwards, they ain't privy to the conversations afterwards. So I asked for the ring. Ring showed up. Pow.
Right.
As for the belt showed up. Pow.
Right.
Without even throwing any context out there. But I'm gonna ask for that great vegan water from Lake Minnetonka. Where that's at?
Right
here. Fail.
I know.
Fail. Thank you.
I knew that in the beginning.
His great vegan water from Lake Minnetonka should be in a purple Kool-Aid glass.
It should be.
Well, chalice. My bad, Mike. I'm sorry. Purple Kool-Aid chalice.
Oh, yeah,
still cold.
Let's not forget. You forgot about this, Coach. You got to talk about this,
Chris. While he's talking about that mumbo jumbo,
you can find me on Twitter at Chris Just Joking. You can find me also on the Deep Cover YouTube page. We will be dropping some episodes next week.
Yes, sir.
Where we're going to be doing our NFL draft bracket, sort of like the March Madness style bracket, and then we'll also be doing our Deep Cover mock draft where we go through each round as if we're the Ravens front office and making the picks.
So what's this NFL style bracket? Talk about
the March Madness type deal.
Oh yeah, Coach has been helping us with it for the past few years. So what we do is we'll have Coach on and Denard also, who's on the Fire Zone show, and what we do is we have a list of players who we think will be there for the Ravens in the first round.
Oh, okay.
And what we do is we match each player up. So, for example, like this year, it could be like Zay Flowers versus Jordan Addison, and we all make a case for what we kind of go up against each other. So it could be me versus Coach. Coach will have Jordan Addison. I have Zay Flowers, and we'll make our case, and then the rest of the dudes on the panel will kind of vote, and the whoever wins will go to the next round, so to speak.
That's pretty dope. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And 3 out of 4 years, the pick has been right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From that exercise.
Yeah.
Pick has been spot on.
I like Mel Kiper over there.
Mike?
Todd.
Oh yeah, so I'm the host of Open Mic with OTR Mike. That is the show where the mic is open for any discussion, no matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. If you're not subscribed, man, go over there. Well, don't leave yet. But after this stream, go subscribe. I'm on the road to 500. Help your boy get there. You know what I'm saying? I got some content over there. Like I say, always say my job is to help you guys see a different side of these people that you see on the screen. We've done that thus far, and we're going to continue to do that. Drop the episode today about the great Don Staley. Go over there and check that out. See what I had to say about that. I am also 1/3 of Ring Kings podcast, and it's only the best boxing podcast in the game.
Thanks.
If you are getting, I got Spider-Man. Watch out, Spider-Man. If you're getting, if you're new to the boxing game, man, go over there. That's the place for you because we teach you about that. And yeah, man, follow me on Twitter, OTR_Mike. Fellas, I need your help. I follow back unless
you on that weird ish.
I don't need you to help me promote my podcast. Okay.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. But I'm not paying you to do that. So if you on that, I don't follow you back. But yeah, man, that's where you can catch me at. Go over there, subscribe, and check us out.
Thank you, Suge, for the $1. He told me to ask Hendo.
Oh gosh.
What? How did he how he did in the Fantasy Dynasty playoffs this year?
How did you do?
I lost the first round.
After you went undefeated in the regular season?
Thanks.
Yeah.
But that's okay because I just acquired Justin Herbert. Yeah. Instead of Carr, that's going to take me where I need to be this upcoming season.
Yeah, how'd you do that? How'd you acquire Justin Herbert?
I traded for him.
Yeah, did you trade anything of value or?
I gave up Carr. I gave up C.J. Stroud. I gave up a first round pick.
I gave up a bunch of stuff. Old ass quarterback and a dude you weren't going to play for, top 5 QB in the league. That's cool.
And a first round pick and somebody
in like 2026.
This is why you should join the Discord.
And you got a first round back, right?
All the time.
I gave up a 2025 first round pick.
Hey,
my bad, 25.
Hendo and Bradley.
Yeah,
y'all were the main ones say hot 45.
Right.
I'm sorry, but we started getting this fantasy football talk though. But.
Coach, I'm looking at the clock. It says 1:17. So I want to hear it right now. All right.
Be's emotional.
We passed.
I got Anthony Richardson.
Hendo, what did we say before we start? What hot 45 meant? Tell
hot 45 meant hour 15.
Hey, hot 45 meant y'all tell lies. Is what
we talk. We talk fantasy football right now, so
hey,
this is you on.
Like, you can end it. Show's over. I'm just asking.
No, we got some news to tell. We have news to tell.
The people that's left, we got some important announcements. So first announcement. Don't forget about the merch. Each one of us has merch, but you would love to have this athlete shirt. I'm telling you,
older people.
You go to the gym.
We need a few printed up over here.
Facts.
And you get certain things don't move the way they do. You bump them in your athlete shirt. At least they have a little pit on them. Let you shoot jumpers or something from the side.
Right.
But what it says is a person who used to be proficient in all. I can't even read that. It's too small. Proficient in sports and other forms of physical exercise. Literally, not literally. Mentally, they can still play, but physically, they're done.
And can't see.
Then you get the beanie like B. Then you get the merch like me and Jose. What Jose? Let me get this off so we can throw yours up there.
I don't have my mug. I swapped it out for the fine china tonight.
Right. I appreciate it. And we also got a hat. But more merch is coming, different styles. And this is not the only thing we got out there. We got sarcasm, fluid and sarcasm. We got FTMF, which is fruit, tomatoes, and more fruit. Wink, wink. And we also got a few other things, coming through. So go over there and check the shop out and do that also. And lastly, who wants to kind of mention what we're trying to do?
Okay, not all at once. So this summer, we're targeting late July. We are planning a meet and greet. All right. Did we come up with a name? The Roundup meetup. The Roundup meetup. Something, it's a working title.
What happened to the Legion of Zoom?
I thought that got voted out. We're still working on the title, but there's going to be a meetup. Come out, meet us, eat some good food. Grab a couple of drinks. We're giving away some prizes. We'll send you home with a little goodie bag. So be on the lookout for that. We're selling tickets. So tickets will be on sale. reasonably priced. Man, I can't pronounce. Yes. So save some money up for that late July.
And especially for Nitro, we're gonna make sure we have a vegan section. For all the vegans that show up, we're gonna have a nice vegan selection for you. Nitro, your plate is gonna be put to the side just to ensure you get the vitamins and nutrients that your body needs.
And the
Nitro lower on the map than me. So
He what?
He lower on the map than me. So it's probably gonna be out for him. He lower than me. Unless
I have no
pull up.
I have no problem with shipping him his vegan food.
Well, listen. This is going to be. We plan on making this a smaller event.
Mm-hmm.
If everything goes well, next year we'll make it a bigger event. So,
gotta crawl before you walk.
And if the second event goes well, Coach, we're gonna hit up your idea.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If the first two go, we're gonna step out on faith and do our thing.
Hit that cruise.
Yeah, do our thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Cruise ain't what I was talking about.
Oh, I thought that was your idea though.
No, it was not.
Okay, well,
you
did say that though. You did mention that.
I did not.
I thought you mentioned cruise too.
Thank you, Jose. At least we got
y'all supposed to get the hints.
Oh, my bad. He did not mention cruise.
He did no.
I was wrong.
He said he had a bruise on his arm.
Right.
Right, I do. Bruise. Shout out to the Brewers. Got a bruise on my arm. But that's our laughter for today. And today has been super fun.
Yes, it is.
Again, don't forget tomorrow, 4:30, join me and the League of Callers on my channel for the Ravens Daily. That's at 4:30. I'll put the topic up sometime tonight or in the morning. And go comment up under there so you can have a chance to be the Jane Doe comment of the day. We didn't have a comment for today. I guess anybody want to talk about Odell? I put a comment about it. We had a bunch of callers though. We have a bunch of callers. But if you get picked for the Jane Doe comment of the day, at the end of the month, you have a chance to win the Jane Doe prize. So that's where that goes in. Once I put the topic up, probably in the morning, you can go comment. I'll pull it when I get off work, and we'll talk about it and we'll go from there.
Coach,
go ahead.
One last thing. Did you say Jane Doe?
I did.
Did you? I mean, so y'all heard me open the show with my poor attempt of changing a battery. I own a Dodge Durango. Anybody with Dodge Chrysler products, they put their batteries in weird places. Well, in the Durango, it's under the passenger seat. And then they have an auxiliary battery in front of it. So you got to take the auxiliary battery out just to get to the main battery, right? And it whipped my ass. My arms were sore, my back was hurting. But this right here fixed all of that.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I just wanted to drop that, Coach.
Hey, for those that want to know more, hit me up. We'll chop it up, and I'll point you in the right direction. But it's we talked about it, how it's helped each one of us. Well, me and Mike, but everybody else didn't have it yet. But I'm a little older than those guys, so once they aches start piling up, they'll see. Chris out there crossing people up. So at least, Chris, what you do next time is get you some, and next time you cross a dude up, just drop him off it. Instead of dropping a dime to your dude, just dropping some Jane Doe off to the side.
Take that.
But again, any parting shots before we get out of here?
Anon had a question, and to answer your question, we may possibly be trying to arrange this around a preseason game. So tailgate may be a possibility. Depends on the schematics of how and where we have it at. So
I'm gonna tell you this, Anon. By this time next week, we at least need to have a date.
Yeah.
By this time next week, we at least need to have a date. That way, for people that are not coming, you started this by talking about Cruz.
Thank you about the pressure. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, pressure, either shit'll get out the pot.
Thanks.
That's the way they do it. But I appreciate everybody because it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And we'll see y'all tomorrow for me. Tuesday night, or which is tomorrow night, you got Rodney,
Spears.
Hendo, and Suge. Was it late night with Suge Knight? No,
It's
no,
it's
Brad-
Brodney and Suge.
still
Suge
conspiracy. And
There's
Hendo.
Hendo, Suge, and myself.
Wednesday, lunch break hot take. That's Jose and Brodney, and sometimes special guests. Thursday is normally the let out day for Deep Cover Podcast. Monday at 5 a.m. is the open mic with OTR Mike, and randomness is me, and even extra randomness is the streets and more of the tap.
We working on something for Thursday, Coach. We
This
got something in the works.
And this week, our guest is keeping it real. We're going to be talking a lot of NBA playoffs since the season just ended, and the play-in will be done. We'll be moving into the playoffs proper at that point. We'll get his thoughts on that.
All of the play-in games are tomorrow.
Whatever
they call it.
The first set of play-in games. They won't be finished on Wednesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, they start.
So what I'll do is to help you out. I'll post scores in the comment box for y'all Wednesday. That's what I do. I keep y'all informed. I do my secretarial drops. What you got?
This is what we like to call chocolate, which is made from coca plants and doesn't have milk in it. This is for a special someone in the chat.
You got 100% chocolate. If it ain't 100%, you got milk.
Looks like you're advertising something that ain't sponsoring the show. That's what it looks like to me.
Right.
Cliff Kingsbury got a job.
What about?
Did he? He took
Cliff
a job.
Kingsbury just was hired by USC as a senior offensive consultant.
Oh, he's chilling.
Wow.
He's chilling.
I bet you that's a remote job.
That's a remote job, right?
Senior offensive analyst.
From Thailand. He's sitting in front of a computer watching Huddle. Watching Huddle. But all right, we keep saying it, and we definitely out. I appreciate you guys. If you have not hit that like button, please do so. Subscribe. If you chat in the chat box, you subscribe because I had to set it up to where the bots because the bots got outrageous. And like, share. Me, 8K before the draft. And if we get to 8K before the draft, we will have a Roundup call-in show.
100 subscribers that's easy. You guys can find 100 people that want.
Actually,
that
60
want
something.
This. All right, there you go.
That's 60 something.
Easy.
That's
Y'all
easy.
got this. Y'all got this.
They want that call-in show. So what's gonna happen?
Right. Tell your friend, tell a friend,
go to your girls, go to your kids,
the side chicks,
whomever. Just go in there real quick. Subscribe.
Every time you see a computer on at work, go to my page and hit subscribe. Just leave it on. Matter of fact, no, don't leave it on. Hit subscribe and then go somewhere else so they won't unsubscribe.
That's true.
Yeah, every computer in the office on watching me or us, rather. But now we definitely gone. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.